Most home service business owners lose the sale, but not because their pitch is bad, because they can't close the deal on the spot. That used to be me. Homeowners were ready to buy, but without a system to take payment, send contracts, and lock them in, I lost tens of thousands of dollars. The difference maker, a good CRM. It turned my sales process from frustrating to seamless. Contracts signed instantly, card on file, job scheduled, and most importantly, no more lost revenue. Today, I'm gonna show you exactly what a CRM does, why it's essential, and the exact one I use in my business that allowed me to generate over $200,000 in annual recurring revenue in just the last 2 months. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what CRM to use and how to leverage it in your business to generate millions. My name's Austin Ortiz. I own H2O Bros, a window cleaning company out here in Palm Beach, Florida, and we're on track to build an 8-figure company. So let's dive in. So what is a CRM? A CRM is a customer relationship manager, and it's what our entire business is built on. It's what we use to generate contracts, bill clients, schedule jobs, and even send emails to our customers. And this is truly the backbone of every business, which is why a CRM isn't just important, but it's a necessity. So there's a ton of options out there. So let's go into exactly how to choose the CRM and the exact one I use in my business. Your CRM should make your life a whole of a lot easier. And there are a couple of key things you need to look for that make a CRM great. And all of them revolve around simplicity and getting things done. So things like billing the customer, scheduling jobs, generating contracts, and communication with the customer and the technicians. These are the things that make the difference. So you don't have to waste time in figuring out how to get these things done. It's all going to be set up for you. So now that we know what a CRM is and what can make it great, let's jump into the exact one I use, how to set it up, and exactly why I chose it. So the CRM that we chose to use was FieldRoutes. And the reason we chose FieldRoutes is because FieldRoutes is the only CRM out there that allows you to sell contracts at the door with ease. And for anyone that doesn't know, we sell window cleaning service plans, which means customers have to sign a contract. And if we don't have something that allows us to generate this agreement with ease, it's going to cause sales friction and we're going to lose the sale. So if you own a home service business, and especially if you get your leads from door to door, you need to have something like FieldRoutes that allows you to generate these contracts on the fly so you don't lose the sale. A big mistake I made in my early days in business was I didn't have anything for them to sign. So I just got them on the schedule. And then when I followed up with them in 6 months for their clean, they would say, oh, I think we're going to wait on that. So that's why it's really, really, really important. You have to get something signed, which is why we use FieldRoutes, because FieldRoutes allows us to generate the contract within seconds. So how do we stumble upon FieldRoutes? Well, we looked at what door-to-door companies are signing contracts at the door. And bingo, pest control is a massive door-to-door industry, and they generate contracts using FieldRoutes. They actually use pest routes. It's the same owners now. So we figured if all these pest control companies are using this CRM, well, let's not reinvent the wheel and let's just use what we know works. So we know FieldRoutes can generate contracts with ease, but it can also do the other things really well, such as getting customers' card on file, scheduling the jobs with ease so your technicians just know where to go every single day, and even communicating with the customer. Because inside FieldRoutes, you're able to text them. So we're gonna go through the 2 ways we use FieldRoutes. First, on the doors, how we generate the contracts, how we get card on file, and then we're going to go through the web browser, and we use this when we're getting our leads from ads. So let's jump on over to the phone as if I was a door-to-door rep and I'm opening up my app. On the app on FieldRoutes, what you're going to see is all your customers. You're going to see all your people you need to follow up with. You're going to go over to your leaderboard, right? Check how the team's doing. This is super, super good if you have a lot of door-to-door reps, because they're going to be motivated to be that number 1 spot every single day. They also have a mapping feature. So in door-to-door, right, you need to mark the doors. If they said no, if they said yes, if you need to follow up with them, and so on and so forth. It has all those features, and it knows your location, so you could just mark it on the fly. One of the guys in my coaching program, Brandon, he was just telling me last week with all of his door-to-door reps, the leaderboard feature and how each guy was like so motivated to just see that number 1 spot. And I know with our reps, like it was the difference. And if you want one-on-one coaching, I'll leave a link below and we can get on a call, see if it's a good fit. So you have a customer on the door. They said yes to the service plan. And now here's why I love FieldRoutes. So we're going to click this bottom right thing, add new customer, going to get in all their info, right? Just do a test one, test, random numbers, Put in their phone number. Just gonna put a random address. 189 Fake Street, West Palm Beach. Create customer. Now we have these 4 tabs. So I'm going to walk you guys exactly what I would say to the customer. So that way you could have with these. It's also in our other service plan video, but I'm going to show you how I do it. So I'm putting in all the info. Yeah. What's your first name, last name, phone number? Okay, cool. And then, yeah, I want to show you something on the scope of work real quick. Right. And as I'm doing this, I'm pulling up what contract. So let's just say it's a quarterly 20 to 30, right? You obviously have your initial price. Let's just say their initial price was $299, right? And the cool part is with FieldRoutes is I work with them so they can copy and paste my exact settings, my exact contracts over to yours if you guys click the link below. And I'll leave a link below if you want that. So you choose the contract that they signed, right? You put the initial quote and you scroll all the way to the bottom, right? And we have our reoccurring charge. So this is a $79 a month recurring charge. Click save subscription, simple as that. And then you just go over to payment, right? Don't get their card on file yet. Scroll down, click generate agreement, right? Takes seconds. You'll get used to this. Give it like a day and you'll just be doing this like in seconds, right? And all I'm doing at this point is I'm just going over the scope of work, right? This isn't let's sign a contract. This is going over the scope of work, explaining monthly billing and showing them the 100% clean window guarantee. So in our contract, I'm saying, okay, phone number or first, last name, phone number, email, address, all good. Cool. And I want to show you our 100% clean window guarantee, Mr. Customer. So we're going through it, right? Confirm your first name, confirm your last name. Okay, phone number, email, all good. Great. And then that 237, that quarterly visit that we talked about, right? You haven't explained monthly billing yet. That 237 quarterly visit, we just break up in a $79 a month. Because showing them, you're telling them, you're explaining the monthly billing, but turning it into a positive because we do the 100% clean window guarantee. So if at any point during our service plan, if we need to come back out, clean up any windows, we'll do that at no cost to you, right? And so like, oh, wow, that's awesome. Yeah, and you scroll down, cool, everything looks good, great. And then you just simply click sign agreement and it just populates this and you hand the phone to them. Don't do it for them. Hand the phone to them, right? They're going to click their initials. If it's an elderly person, make sure you're helping them. Click their initials, right? And then they're just going to sign, right? We'll do TT, test, done. Now the contract has been signed. And then this is a very, very crucial step so you can get card on file with ease. You're going to go back up to payment and then you'd be like, oh, yeah, cool. And then before I head out, we just need a card on file for the text to come out. Is credit or debit better? I'm looking back at my phone. Credit? Okay. Can you just go grab that from me? Thanks. Right? Say it in a way that it's just assumptive and it's no big deal. Yeah. Can you just go grab that for me? Thanks. And then you look back and down at your phone. I promise you, if you do it exactly like this, you can get card on file every single time. So now, right, they come back, you get the card on file, you put in the card information, and now, right, you can schedule them on the fly, but at that point, you've kind of done everything. So at this point, I just don't create any sales friction. I just tell them the day I'm meeting them on the schedule, right? Build a little more rapport and say, have a good one. So after you get off the door, you're going to click save customer, right? And you're going to go back and then it's going to have all their info and you just click the schedule button, right? It's going to populate your calendar, right? And you can set it up to where it'll only show what's available. This is super nice when you have a lot of reps and a limited amount of texts, so they're not overbooking slots. So you click Monday, select date, right? You click a text name, right? I'm not going to schedule it, so that way, it doesn't pop up on the schedule. And then voila, you got the contract signed, you got the card on file, and you got it on the schedule. And once you get really dialed with this, I promise you, it'll probably take you 2 to 3 minutes. And the difference is with FieldRoutes versus other CRMs, like the old one we were using, is you couldn't generate this on the fly. So what we would do was sell the job, again, put it on the calendar, no card on file, no contract signed. And then these people, for one, weren't solid when we did go to reservice them because it was on the schedule. But more importantly, right, if you guys want to build your business to sell, people who look to buy a business with recurring revenue need contracts, need card on file. So not only is this just a must for reservicing these people, but it's a must for if we want to sell one day, which I think that's everyone's goal in entrepreneurship. So now a quick overview on the technician side, right? You go over to more, you click schedule, right? It's going to populate the schedule. So like, let's click on today, right? Junior, this is his job today. It's going to show his time, the time it's supposed to take for the job, the address. And also if he uses the call, text, and direction features, he can call the customer directly. He can communicate with the customer on FieldRoutes, say he's going to be late or there's traffic or whatever. And if he clicks directions, it'll just populate straight to Apple Maps or Google Maps and just show him exactly where to go from there. It makes it super easy for the technicians. I remember, I'll never forget, our first week in business, we would have to be copy and pasting every address we sent and sending it to the technicians. It's okay in the beginning. After a while, pain in the butt. So that's how we utilize the app on the door-to-door side of things. Now let's jump over to the web browser. And this is what we use from the leads that come in from ads that we're calling and then just directly signing up via FieldRoutes on the web browser. Okay, the web browser is pretty straightforward to use, so I'm going to kind of keep this brief. But, right, you're on the phone with an ad and they're like, yeah, let's do it. Cool. Yeah, let me just write over the scope of work. And while I got you on the line, I'll just send that over. This is going to take a little time, right? So you want to just get this super seamless and you want to get comfortable kind of multitasking while you're generating the scope of work. So I'm usually kind of taking this time to build rapport. Yeah, while I'm kind of building this out, yeah, how long you guys been in the home? Oh, okay. Sweet. Cool. You guys originally from this area? Oh, nice. And okay, now we're on the web browser. So we're going to go up here, new customer, type in all their info, test. You guys originally from New York? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Yeah, I know. I'm originally from California, but yeah, I'm kind of getting acclimated to the Florida heat. It's just this time of year, it's like raining so much, right? And yeah, but sweet. Okay, cool. You got any fun plans for the weekend? Sorry, I'm just almost done with this. Right. Oh, nice. Oh, that's fun. That'll be sweet. Yeah, it's kind of a weird time. Okay, cool. Yeah, if you just want to pull up your email for me, it's going to populate all their customer info as you're typing that in from the lead. Don't ask them, right? You have all their info. It's going to be weird if you ask them. So from the lead that comes in, your form, you'll copy and paste it over to this. You can type it or just copy and paste it. So on your info, right? And then after you do that, you go over to subscription, right? Again, you'll have the contracts already preset. If you want to use mine, again, click the link down below. For us, let's say this is a quarterly 20 to 30, right? Standard production, initial charge. That is the initial price. So let's just say it was $249 for the initial, and then that recurring charge, right? Monthly billing, is going to be $79 a month. Right? And then that's all you do from there. And you click save, right? And then send over the scope of work. So we go over to documents, new agreement, quarterly 20 to 30, request customer signature in the top right. I send it via email and SMS. You can only send it SMS from the web browser. So this is a super cool feature. And just let them know. Oh yeah, cool. So I just sent over the scope of work. You should get it by text and then as well by email. So yeah, just pull that up for me on whichever one. Cool, they're gonna pull it up. And again, you're going through the agreement just like you went through the agreement on the doors. So you're gonna say, cool, yeah, and that's $79 a month, right? The reason we break it up into monthly billing is because of that 100% clean window guarantee. I always save the guarantee for the scope of work because it just makes this a positive experience. So just kind of, it's like a cherry on top, right? So yeah, even if we're not due to come out, you can call us out at any point, which is just a part of our warranty. So cool, all that looks good. Yeah, cool. And then once that is approved, not signed, once that is approved, I'll get you on the schedule. Cool. You'll see it populate on your end. It'll be signed. Great. Now close. So then once that's all signed, right, you say, have a good one. Cool. And you go over to scheduling. You click whatever day you want them to be scheduled. Let's just say it's the 24th. You click the time and then you click existing, or you type in their name of the existing customer and then it'll populate on the schedule. Super easy, right? You want to have a CRM that allows you to generate it on the fly again, because you don't want to be sitting there on the phone just on hold for a while and make it weird. So that's why FieldRoutes super nice for just generating on the fly. So that's why FieldRoutes is the CRM that we use, right? It has all the features like scheduling your jobs, communicating from the technician to the customer, getting card on file. But of course, my favorite feature is the just simplicity with generating contracts at the door and from leads that come in from ads. So if you want my exact setup from the contracts to the exact pricing we use, I'll link down below my direct contact at FieldRoutes. They've allowed me to give anyone who clicks this link pretty big discount. And you'll get on a call with my guy Josh and he'll set up everything for you. And again, we drop videos every single Sunday. We're giving everything out about window cleaning that we've learned and continue to learn for free. So make sure you subscribe. We'll see you next Sunday.